Welcome to another episode of the Silman Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Batista. We got some great stuff on the show for you guys today. Our guest is going to be four-time California State Champion Leilani Lemus from Clovis High School. Super excited to share this podcast with you guys. Man, she's a great talker. She's pretty sociable. And man, what a cool thing to have a four-time state champion on the podcast. She's also undeclared. She hasn't decided on yet where to go to college. So I'm really interested to see where she ends up going. It's something that maybe we talked about. She comes back on the show to talk about her commitment. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But again, really excited to share this episode with you guys. This is going to be kind of in the midst of all these kind of crazy transfers that are going on in the portal. I think we all kind of knew some stuff was going to go down, and it was kind of relatively quiet at first, and then things started kind of picking up. And there's a lot of guys in the portal from Stanford, and I think a lot of people have seen the tweet or the post that Chris Ayers made. How do you not be a fan of Stanford wrestling? I'm a diehard Cal State Bakersfield guy. I'm a Roadrunner for life. But man, like Stanford is such a special program. And if you haven't been on that campus before, you can feel the energy, you can feel the vibe. It's sunny, it's nice out, and they have some great wrestling. I mean, how do you be able to compete against some of these programs that are spitting out big salaries, big budgets, and you're Stanford and absolutely crushing it? So shout out to Chris Ayers, shout out to all the guys that are on the team and that are staying loyal right now. There's some guys that are in the portal, which if you graduate, I feel like for me, like that's a completely different story. You got your degree, you graduated. I mean, if you go in the portal after that and you want to go make some money, I get it. My thing is, though, is the other side of this, and this is kind of what Chris Ayers alluded to, is there is something special going on at Stanford. If you take all those points and add the two guys, Hunter Garvin and Lorenzo Norman, who are out this year, and you put those guys in the lineup, are they a trophy team? Yeah, they're definitely in the hunt. So is it sad? Is it sad those guys are in the portal and potentially leaving? Yeah, it's sad. As a fan of wrestling, as a fan of the underdog, and I think it would be really cool and really special to see a team trophy out in the West. And I'm sure a lot of people that listen to this podcast would agree. Um, Also, we see some other big names in the portal like Vincent Robinson, AJ Ferrari. I don't think AJ Ferrari will go back to CSUB. I think there's a chance, but I think that's going to depend on the dollar figure. CSUB just can't. They're just not in a position where they can dispose big amounts of cash to AJ to come back to CSUB. I don't think that's necessarily likely. I think it's possible, though highly improbable. But we'll see what happens. Anyways, I hope you guys really enjoy this interview with Leilani Lemus. Before you guys get into it, though, okay, if you haven't yet checked out Captain B's Seasoning, they got some really great stuff. Prime rib is my favorite. I put on everything. And Brian Harris, he does a really great job. He supports Frontier Wrestling. So shout out to Brian Harris and Captain B Seasoning. You guys can go online. You can check out www.captainbseasoning.com. You can get yourself some prime red. They also have some other cool stuff on there. He's got some pickles, which if you're a pickle person, I mean, God protect you. I mean, I got nothing against pickles, but it's personally not for me, but if you like pickles, they got pickle stuff on there too. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy the show. And if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're also on Spotify and all the major social media platforms. All right, Leilani. So I have a couple of things to start off. Okay, I saw this photo of you with a 4x4 after winning your fourth state title, and I think you might have posted that it was like a tradition. Can you talk about like what the tradition maybe is and like what's your what's your in and out order, I guess?
I like In and Out. I actually had it today, but
Oh, nice.
I usually get a fry and like the extra large lemonade, the pink lemonade. Their lemonade's so good, and then I get a 4x4 hamburger. But usually I eat one, but then I was like, you know what? Might as well just do it because it's my last year. And oh my goodness, I couldn't. I was so stuffed. My dad was like, "Dang it, dang, what are you doing?" And I don't know if you guys know my dad. My dad's pretty big, and he's like, "I can't even eat that." He's like 6'2", but he's like manly. So he was like, "Dang, I can't even eat that." No, I just thought it was funny. But
So
yeah.
this was this like something like, all right, like after like a big winner, after a big tournament, it's like, all right, now it's time to like this is the meal. This is the meal to go through now.
Yes. I thought it was funny because during semi or state finals, I was warming up with one of another girl, the 145-pound state champ. Her name is Jessie. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but we are like talking, and she was like, "You know what? You should go eat a 4x4." And I started laughing. I was thinking the same thing. And I was like, "As long as if I win, then I'll go eat there."
Has that been something like after you won your fourth state title, like has it like hit you, or has it been something that like what's been going on since the tournament?
Um, it well, like usually it doesn't hit me until like a day after, like, oh, what the heck? Like I just wrestled that state. What am I
Yeah.
doing? It doesn't hit me until like a day after usually. I try not to get in my head. I try to like think, oh, it's just another regular tournament, Leilani, you're gonna be fine. It kind of scares me when I go out there, like when I go out to the match at state. It's like you could see everyone out, and like it just scares me. Like the crowd scares me a little bit. But like knowing that like I have like God with me, I'm gonna be okay. So I try not to think about like, oh, it's gonna be big. It's like a big tournament. There's a big crowd and everyone's watching. I try to just think it's just another tournament, another match, another practice. I just gotta go out there and get what I want and what I want to be done. So
So when you think like, all right, like I'm out there, and obviously the environment at the state tournament's something else. Like you got all these people, you got people doing the wave in the stands and flashing
yes,
their lights and all these pictures, and you're like, yeah, it's got to be intimidating. And this is your fourth time being there too.
it is, and I feel like at state, like you could sit out and the crowd goes crazy for no reason. And it just like I don't know. I feel like it puts more pressure on because the crowd is loud, and I think it brings more excitement to like the match, and it makes it more like it makes it more competitive with the crowd, and it shows like the sport is growing, that they're cheering on both boys and then girls side, that the girls side is getting bigger, and I like that it's getting bigger, and hopefully it keeps on growing and growing.
It was funny, like we did like our state preview, and I'm like, dude, I'm actually really excited about our girls wrestling because it's like getting more competitive.
Yes.
Because used to you just would have this person that would just dominate the whole bracket, and then of course this last tournament, I think you had less than 6 minutes of total mat time, so you just literally dominated everybody.
Yeah, I it's sometimes our boys coach messes around and thinks it's funny to like joke around. He's like, Leilani, you just last 6 minutes, and then someone will be like, oh no, she's fine. She probably has to last 30 seconds. But it's kind of it got over the time. I don't want to say it got easier, but I think I found like what I'm good at, and it just that's where I'm set at, and I think that when I wrestle on the mat, like I know what I want, and no matter I'm going to get it. Like that's like I'm very determined to get what I want, I guess. And some say, but um yeah, that's pretty much.
When you think about like that mentality where it's like, all right, I'm gonna get this hold, like no matter what, I'm gonna just break at people and just go and take it. How do you kind of develop that sort of mentality?
Like I think one of my biggest struggles throughout the last 4 years is confidence. And I know people like watch it, like Leon, you're always like happy and laughing, and I think I have to be happy and like laugh, just like you know what, win or lose, like it's okay. It's just something that I'm getting ready for, and I think confidence is something that I really lack, and people don't know that, it's and so then eventually after like this year, I started to build my confidence. I think that prioritizing my confidence is gonna help me like do better at matches, and I think that's what was setting me back like every for my freshman and junior year. It was setting me back, something that I struggled with, and this year it was like, you know what, it's my last year. Like win or lose, like um I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna go out there and do what I want. And so I think that's something that like my goal was to go out there and wrestle, and rather if I was gonna get upsetted, or if I was gonna barely win the match, or if I was just gonna win the match, it was something that I put a goal was to have confidence in what I did, and when I set that on the mat, to have confidence.
So it sounds like it's a little bit of kind of taking the pressure off yourself and just trying to maybe
Yeah.
enjoy the moment a little bit
Yes.
more.
Yes.
Yeah, and being thankful for it. Um, how like with you're talking about just kind of building it, maybe other than just the pressure part, is it something to where like, okay, maybe this one position I've struggled in, okay, maybe I'm just gonna work really hard at this one position and really try to master it. Like, is that a big part of you think your preparation and building confidence
Yes.
too?
I usually try to set a goal for myself, like every day at practice. Like I'll practice with somebody, and if I didn't take them down today, you know what? Tomorrow my goal is to take them down. If I couldn't take them down, you know what? My goal is to get to their leg, and that's what I learned like over the week. Okay, to this week I'm gonna try to get 50 takedowns in the whole week in like all of my live matches. So that's what I learned, that having putting myself a goal and reaching the goal, it made me feel like, oh, I'm getting better. It's just not just like letting the practice go by. It's I had to put a goal, and like setting goals for me was like it was something that helped me build where I'm like build me.
And I think when a lot of people say like, all right, I'm setting a goal, it's like, all right, I'm going to be a state placer, I'm going to be a state qualifier, I'm going to be a state champ. You're thinking, I need to get 50 takedowns this practice or 50 takedowns
Yes.
this week. So it's something literally tangible that every week you can kind of check. Is that something that
Yes.
you just kind of came up with yourself, or was it something you were talking about with your coaches? Because that's pretty cool.
Um, I'm actually like I had got coached by my club coach, Cleo and
Yeah.
Damani, and they push it onto you, and eventually like you notice that they're not just doing it because you're a wrestler, they're doing it because they really love you, and I think that them leading by example, like it influenced me, and like so then like at practice I was like, it's I'm not gonna waste this time. It's actually I only have 2 hours a week, and after practice I gotta go home and study and go to bed. So I think that's what pushed me, like, oh, I'm gonna get better and take the time that I have now to mess around, and instead of it messing around, it's gonna be a builder for college.
Yeah. So it sounds like this has been something that, I mean, obviously, I think we talk about wrestling and talk about, yeah, you got to learn like the skill and you got to learn the mentality part, but you've been able to develop like the lifestyle part. Like, if this is something
Yes.
important that you want, it's like, yeah, I got to go to bed on
Yes.
time. Like, I can't be hanging out with my friends all the time. I need to make sure I'm taking care of myself.
Yes. Yes, I feel like I don't know. I feel like my friends are like the wrestlers I hang out with. Like I don't know, like everyone. I think girls wrestling is like built on love. Everyone's like nice. You get some people that are mean, but it's okay. Everyone's pretty generally nice, and it's just an upbeat sport. Everyone's building each other up, and I like that. Like win or lose, everyone figures out, like girls figure out a way to, like, you know what, it's okay. We're gonna get back up, and the next tournament it's gonna go better. So I think that's like the one of like the biggest things that I like about women's wrestling and girls wrestling.
Is that something that you feel like is very much different than your experience just being around the boys? Because like I know you went through Red Wave, like it's a
Yes.
lot of tough love, a lot of getting after it, and the same thing with the environment at Clovis. Like, is that kind of the big difference that you notice between girls slash women's wrestling and boys slash men's wrestling?
Yes, I noticed that boys, they tend to have a grudge and like hold grudges, and like the boys and men wrestling, they tend to hold a grudge, and then on the other side in girls wrestling, oh, I lost her. You know what? I'm gonna use that as an example to build myself up. And you know what? I think all of us, like all of our all of like the girls wrestlers, we're all friends. I don't know if it's I can't say like I don't know if like the boy side, but I noticed that girls wrestling, I could accidentally like beat up a girl, well, not accidentally, like wrestle a girl, and then
Yeah.
like just wrestle her, and then like be at the back, beat her up, and then but still like at the end of the day we're still friends. I know that boys practice, but I don't know if it's like the competitiveness. It's the girls wrestling competitiveness is really high, but like for boys, I feel like they take it so personally that like it is hold on to a grudge, which I think it sets you back holding on to that. So I think girls wrestling, they it's not something that we're holding on to. I think we're just gonna build each other up from it, and wherever we lead to, like that's what happens. But I think that's what I noticed a lot about, like, difference about boys and women's wrestling.
Because you kind of carry it with you, and then it
Hmm.
affects like your training, it affects like your emotions. If you have to wrestle
Yes.
that person again, it's like you do want to be calm and like relaxed and warm and focused. This might be a little bit embarrassing, but I wrestled a Clovis wrestler back when I was in high school. Do you know who Dominic Kincaid is? Have you ever heard of that name?
It sounds familiar. Oh
He's
wait.
going to be up in the wall at Clovis. I'm sure at somewhere.
Oh yes, I know who that is. I know who that is.
Yeah, but I lost to him twice in high school and then I beat him twice in college. But it wasn't until like I haven't even met him in person yet, but we have mutual friends and like we follow each other on Instagram. He's like has a family and he has a job, and it's like, how could I hate this guy? Like, I don't know. The longest time it was like, all right, we're competitors. Like I gotta beat him every single time and I gotta have that edge. But it's like what you said, maybe it's a little immature. Maybe we just need to focus on the positive part. Like he helped me get a lot better, and I hope it's the same thing with him.
Yeah, I think for me, maybe I don't see like I don't see like the grudge. I think girls wrestling is built on love, and it's still growing. So maybe in a couple of years they'll have like the grudge, but for right now, I don't think so. I think everyone's like, you know what, wrestle, let's go wrestle on the mat, and whatever happens on the mat, we're gonna leave it on the mat, and then come back off on the mat, and we're pretty chill. Everyone's nice, and I think honestly, like from the maybe like the beginner wrestlers to the best wrestlers, everyone gets along.
Yeah, I think honestly that's really cool, and I'd say very mature that you have that kind of mentality.
Thank you.
I did want to ask you, so with the current like state of okay, our high school state tournament, we have that two map final. Do you like sharing the stage like with the boys, or is it something that you would like? I'd prefer just to have the spotlight on me and my match.
Um, I, I, I like sharing it with the boys. I'd rather have it with the boys because then at the it I don't know I feel like it helps growing the sport. But I don't know. I think it's more calming that they're not just like looking at your match; they're looking at the other match at the same time. I do say eventually, maybe like when the girls state, our California state bracket goes bigger and the girls wrestling goes bigger, they should split it off. So then, like, it's better for those girls to have more recognition. Because I know there's college scouts and girls wrestling is like it's a little smaller, so there's not a lot of college scouts. Like it, there's not a lot of college scouts looking at it. But I want to say like if it eventually when it hits a 62 man bracket, they should divide it so then the girls have recognition, more recognition. But for right now, I think it's fine because if I felt fine with it, and but I don't know for I could say maybe if other girls do uh, have like a word against it, but I don't see no like wrong in it.
Yeah, I mean, as a coach, like I like it because most of the time we don't get to see our girls because I'm
Yeah.
coaching the boys. So like when we're at our masters tournament, we're at the state tournament, like I get super excited. And it's like, yeah, I get to actually watch our girls compete. And I think it's fun as a program that everybody gets to compete together,
Yes.
and all represent our school.
Yeah, I like that. Like at state, it's not really like it's divided like girls and boys, but they all see us as wrestlers instead of it dividing it like a girl, boys and girls. They all see us as wrestlers. And I think that's like the reason why it's so intense and the crowd's all going crazy, and it just shows that wrestling is a big part of like our community and how much it means to a lot of people, and I like that.
It is hard though, like when I'm watching like the girls match and then I hear this
Mm,
like the crowd start yelling and I have to look over to the boys match and then the crowd starts yelling again. I have to look, but it is hard to go back and forth. But I do think like you said, it's good for both that we have this giant wrestling community. It's not divided, it's united. And I think it makes it really
yes.
special.
Yes, that's what I like that wrestling. I think your girls wrestling. Like, I say it's a bit on unity and like wrestling in general is bit on united. Everyone's building each other up and um, figuring out ways to figuring out ways to become better every day. So and I like that a lot about wrestling.
How is kind of touching on that, like how do you watch your matches and maybe learn from your wrestling experience in order to get better? How do you get better?
Oh, okay. This is I'm probably gonna get like a little hate on this, but
Okay.
I don't rewatch my matches.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
I don't rewatch them just because I feel like if I rewatch them and I don't study people, I don't go watch their video and see how they do it. I don't do that. It brings it brings too much doubt, and I don't like that. And I don't see like, oh yeah, maybe if I do go watch my match, like I fix a couple things, but I don't see going to watch it to degrade you. Like I don't like that. To go watch the match to degrade you, and I think a lot of people don't recognize that. Last year I got put to my back, and you know what? It freaked me out. But more people knows more about me getting put to my back than to winning a match. So like it's kind of crazy. Um, kind of crazy to say. So I don't like the I don't I don't say it's wrong to degrade. I think it's wrong to degrade, but I don't think it's wrong to like nitpick and fix things. But so that's why I don't go rewatch my match. So how I get better is I think talks. I talk to my coaches, and I like when the coaches help instead of degrading you. I like how my coaches uplift you and build you up instead of breaking you down. And that's like one of the biggest things. Like my older sister's my head coach, and it's been actually really comfortable because even if I do lose or like mess up in the match, instead of she tells me what I did wrong, and then like my freshman year I lost the match. I got hit in the arm. She told me what I did wrong, and we didn't go back and like look at it and degrade it. We went back and you know what, we're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this and uplift you. You're doing this much better. You're doing this, and I like I just like when you uplift each other because it's kind of sad, just like breaking down somebody to see someone's getting broken down.
Well, I think honestly to like talk about that, I think sometimes it's easy for a coach to maybe lose sight of I'm not wrestling the
Yes,
match. It's
yes,
the wrestler that's doing it, and it becomes very easy to not critique, but to go a little bit past that.
pass it.
Um,
Yes,
but I think it's important to kind of build that trust with your coaches, you know.
yes.
How I mean, obviously it's easier if it's with your sister. Is her name Ari? Is that her first name?
Her name is Ariana, but
Ariana.
we call her by Ari. I call her Ari, and a lot of people call her Ari. But
Yeah.
yeah, because a lot of people can't pronounce her name right, but she goes by Ari. Yes.
Do you feel like with your sister, was it like a process to kind of build not just like a sister-sister relationship, but like a coach-wrestler relationship? How do you
Uh,
separate those things?
it's been like okay, we do have our ups and downs, but
Yeah.
we get in arguments, but then like right after we're best friends again, and I think it actually brought us together. Actually brought us together. Like we get in arguments, and we're like, why are you wearing my shoes? Those are mine.
Oh wait,
And
are you
then
stealing her shoes or is she
yes,
stealing your shoes?
no, I'm stealing hers, but but then we'll be friends again, and then at practice, actually, she's like one of my partners, and it's funny because we'll be just we'll be wrestling hard and having a whole conversation, and then like we'll accidentally like do something, and it takes off for a whole conversation, and then like we're going live for a whole hour and a half because we're mad at each other, and then after practice, we're like, you know what? Come on, you want some McDonald's or you want Dutch Bros? Let's go to Dutch Bros and we'll talk it out. But I feel like it brought us together, and I think that's like the one of the hardest things that is gonna tick on me when I go to college is that I'm not gonna have that relationship, that close of a relationship, but like with her and hanging out with her like every day. But I know that we're still gonna be besties. But
Yeah.
I have a little sister coming in, so you'll see another little sister duo
Let's
again.
go. That's awesome. I think honestly, what's really cool, just kind of hearing about that, is like something that I had Adam Tirapelli on, and one of the things that he said was really cool was like, you know, and from his perspective is he just wants to be able to share wrestling like with his family. So in 25 years, like him and Dylan and his son and his dad, like they can all just go to nationals and enjoy wrestling together. Like how
Oh
cool is it
yeah,
that you get to share that's like this sport with your
sport.
family?
Yeah, that I didn't think of it like that, but yeah, it is like it's kind of cool because we all could relate, and it's nice like we could all like have like a conversation. Oh, we're like recently we've been talking about NCAA's and like the lineup and stuff, and we'll have like a reliable conversation, and we'll be like, okay, fine, like if he wins or if she wins, then you're running, and we'll go back and forth. But it's nice to be able to like share that with them, and I actually I think I look up to my sister, and I think that's the reason why I did so good. I did so good throughout my high school career was because I looked up to her.
Is that like something where like I have to kind of compete with her? Is it something like no, like I'm gonna follow in her footsteps and also kind of be my own personal
I
Olympian?
don't think it's like competing with her. I want to say that I still say that I'm not as good as her. I still don't think I was as good as her, but she was still good.
Do you watch? I know you don't watch maybe who you wrestle or any of your matches sometimes, but do you watch like any wrestlers and like try to emulate their style at all?
Yes, I do.
Who do you like to watch?
Okay, for the girl side, Amita Allure is like my favorite person to watch.
There you go.
I think she's like the greatest wrestler. She has like a good personality and she seems so cool. And Kennedy Blades and Walker,
Hmm.
oh they're amazing. I want to wrestle them so badly. Just to have just to wrestle them on the mat would be so cool. But I think they're really good to watch. And then for the boys side, I think I used to like watching like Drake Ayala. He's really good at wrestling. Kyle Parko. I like watching him. I think
So all the Iowa people basically.
pretty much, but I think I like watching Kyle when he was at Arizona.
Okay. Yeah,
I
the
started
Arizona State
watching
Kyle
him.
versus the Iowa Kyle. Yeah.
But I still say that he's still pretty. He's really good. I've actually
Yeah.
practiced with him one time, and I was like, dang, I don't have a chance. I don't. I don't have a chance. But yeah, and then like the for high school girls when I was younger, I used to watch Gracie Figueroa. She's
Hmm.
really good. I know like at nationals, I always end up like taking third, and it makes me so upset. But I always get a phone call, and she's like, "Leilani, you need to get back into it." Like, no, who cares? I don't care if we lost. You need to get back into it and place higher. And I think that like having her there was like God sent. I think she like helped me improve a lot, and honestly I still like watch her wrestle. She's still an amazing wrestler, and she has a good personality, and her mentality for like the sport is probably like one of the best mentality ever. I would love to have her as a coach, but um they're she's really good. And yeah, I still like watching her. um London. I used to like watching London Houston. I don't know if you know what that is.
I don't know London, Houston. Where's she wrestle at?
She was a wrestler at North Central. Now I believe she's coaching at a college, but
Okay.
she's not from around here, and she's not from California, but she's really good.
What so excuse me, I was trying to figure out like where you were committed to going to college. I couldn't find anywhere. It's on your social media. I tried looking it up on Google. So have you made your commitment yet?
I haven't made my commitment yet,
Okay.
and that's the crazy part. Everyone's asking like, who's gave you offers and which college are you going to? I'm still deciding, and
Okay.
I think I don't want to like rush it, and then it be like a sudden decision, and it'd be like not a mistake, but maybe it wasn't God's plan for me. So I'm just gonna be waiting on God's timing. Hopefully, after nationals, I'll have a decision, and I think it brings a little more sequence to my life, and if everyone just like wonders like what where she's going, so I
Yeah.
guess.
It's kind of like it's like a mystery. So you don't need to say any schools, but can you maybe talk about like your recruiting process like so far? Like you've been talking to schools. Have you gone on any visits yet? And you don't have to say
um
where. Don't say where if you
Okay,
don't want to.
I won't say where. I've been to one visit, and that school, it was unofficial. Well, the school was really nice. It was great area, and I liked the coach and the girls. They're amazing wrestlers, and they were really nice. I was talking, and then like throughout the college, like talking to other colleges and stuff, I learned what I want as a coach. And it's bitter and sweet. Like different colleges have like something that I like about them, and another college will have, oh, I like that too, but then they are missing something, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'll put this aside, or um it depends. And a lot of college coaches, they're very nice, and they're very nice. And some college coaches sound like they're gonna sell me something that's fraudable, but but it just depends. It just depends. But I'm just praying that God leads me to the correct one. And so far, I think God's leading me to like the ones that I'm supposed to be talking to. So
It's kind of like such a hard experience, I feel like, because you make
I
these connections with people at different places, and then it's like, man, I wish I could just go to both places, but you can't.
yes.
When you think about like, again, don't slip up and say this school or this person, but when you think about maybe some of these places that you're looking at, what do you want in a coach in a college coach, and maybe and if you want to expand on that and talk about what you're looking for in a college experience.
Okay, my college coach, I know that I'll be far away from my parents, so I want them as something that I could look up to, like a mother daughter thing or a father daughter thing. Like I know that if I look up to them, they're doing the correct thing, so I'm gonna do the correct thing, and I really want them to be united. I know I don't have a big team; it's just me and my sister on the team, and then I have a little freshman and she's doing pretty good. But like it's a small team, so I never got that high school team bonding. So I really do want a team that's united, and it's a team that everyone gets along and everyone's able to put it on the mat and to get off the mat, and everyone's friends. And I think that's like the one of the biggest things. And then for my coaches, I want them to push me and tell me like, hey, you're messing like you're messing around on this, you need to fix this up. I want them to be able to correct me and be able to just like communicate. I think communication is like one of the biggest things in college wrestling that I really want. I want good communication so that I'm able to understand like what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right, what I need to fix on, and what's gonna help me and what's gonna help the team. I really and my overall goal, if our team can't win nationals, then I'm gonna come back and then come back and coach, and then we're gonna coach until we win nationals, and but that's my goal. I really want my team to win nationals, and I want to be a four-time national champ, but we'll
All
see how
right.
it goes. NCAA champ, and then and try to make four world teams and two Olympic teams. That's my goal. Win Olympics both years, but we'll see it. We'll see that where that goes. But that's my overall goal.
I mean, those are good goals to have. It's like, why not? It's like, I mean, you're just about to start your collegiate career, and it's like, why not reach for something big, you know?
Yeah.
Is it weird knowing that like you're kind of basically done with folk style, and it's like, all right, now we're committing to freestyle?
I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate on this too. I don't like freestyle.
That's fine. That's fine. So
I,
how come you don't like it?
freestyle, I feel like it's easier to do expose yourself and like give up points, and then folk, it's more like there's more rules. there's like there's it's easier to like get to. It's no, it's not easier. It's like I feel like it's more competitive. I don't I don't like I think like the biggest things I don't like about freestyle is that we get a 30-second break. I feel like it makes the match more intense. Like in the 30-second break, I'm like, oh man, gotta go back out there. I feel like oh like I don't know, but I think folk it is a little weird that I'm not gonna wrestle folk anymore, but I'm pretty sure I'm still gonna practice folk and then
Yeah.
free and then wrestle free. My freshman year, we went to women's nationals, and my dad was like, "Oh, I signed you up for women's nationals." I said, "Okay," and he was like, "You gotta make 145s," and I said, "What? What do you what do you mean 145s?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's like the cap." And I was like, "Okay," and I was like, "Oh, that's all but done. Like, okay, fine, that's fine." And then like another plot twist, you're wrestling freestyle, and I was like, "Dad, we have like 3 weeks," and he was like, "Okay, well, we'll see how it goes." I practiced like 2 weeks of folk. The last week, the week that we're heading to nationals, he was like, "Okay, let's start doing some freestyle stuff." I was like, "Oh my goodness!" I thought I was done for. I was like, "Okay," so I went out there, wrestled, and I did pretty good. I say for the first national, like a first freestyle tournament, not the best, but I can improve some stuff. But it's just gonna be a little, it's gonna be a little bit hard. I think one of my, like, once I get to college, I think my coaches are gonna be like, "What's wrong with you? Why don't you like free?" It's nice though because you don't have to go in, like a new top and bottom, but
Yeah, and you
but
can just end the match,
in
like,
the
you know.
match, yeah. I think it's nice though. You could like just take them down and then leg lace and then easy. Well, not easy tech, but like hopefully just tech. You can just tech them real quick and then be done.
And
But we'll see.
what's cool too is like, I mean, you're never safe in freestyle. You
Yes,
know, like I
no,
think with the new folk style rules, with the expanded takedown and like the near fall and stuff, it's kind of a little bit closer to freestyle in terms of that regard. But
yes,
yeah, if you're down on something, it's like I can still get a lace and end
yeah.
it right here.
You could be down by 8, and then the person can catch up real quick like real quick, and you'd be like, oh my gosh, it could be tied, but. And also, I don't like the freestyle. You could win by it's not criteria by like it's yes, it's by criteria. It's like a little new to me.
So would you rather do overtime?
Yeah, I'd rather do overtime.
The rules at one point they had where it was like unlimited overtime. So it's like if you're tied, it's like they just start the clock and you just go until somebody scores.
Oh, I think I would do that. I think I would like that a lot better.
I think there was a match. I'm trying to remember. I think it was maybe Andrew Howe and Kyle Dake, and it was like over 10 minutes. Like it took a long time for somebody to get a takedown. Because think about how sweaty you
There
get, and
was
it's like
it
you're already
and
tired, and it's just a lot of pushing. And
pushing. Yeah, I think I would like that a lot better. Just see, I think I could. I would honestly think I won't break it in a match, but in the, in a match, maybe at practice, but not in a match. So, but
well, we've been going for over 30 minutes. I got a couple more questions, and then we can kind of, if there's anything else that you want to talk about, let's kind of throw it in there. But I do kind of want to know, like, all right, you win a state title, your fourth one, and then now, like, what are your plans moving forward? I know you talked about nationals. What national are you talking about? The U.S. Open, or are you talking about which event are you looking at?
it's called Women's Nationals. It's world trials for like a U20, U17, U15, U23s. And that's one of my biggest goals. I really want to make a world team. I think I always fall short of it, and I think it's just something that I'm building myself on too. And I think that's what like everyone sees. Oh, she won state, like she's doing pretty good. But no, I don't see that. Just like winning state is just something that's building me up for those national tournaments. And it kind of upsets me when I go out there. I'm like I practice so hard, this like go so hard, and then I end up losing. But I think that since, like I said, I lacked confidence those last 3 years, and I still kind of do. I think since I'm working on it, I think this year is going to be a even better story. So that's something that's my goal to make a world team and an Olympic team. And and I also want to have a huge, I want to have an impact on girls and women's wrestling, and hopefully that they could see that I'm like that they could see that use me as a role model for inspiration. And yeah, that's like one of my biggest goals. If I don't win worlds or if I don't win the national champs or something, or that I can maybe impact the next generation in wrestling
Yeah,
with
because
coaching.
there's little girls that were at the tournament. They
Yes.
were like, "That's cool. I want to do that." Like, I mean, that's
Yes.
that's pretty awesome.
I one of we have a little girl named Carolyn, and she's so cute, and I think she's adorable. But when she gets on the mat, she's like it's a different story.
She's ruthless, huh? She's mean.
Yes, yes, she makes little boys cry. I think she makes everyone cry. If I were to wrestle her, I probably would cry too.
So, women's nationals, is this the same weekend as like they do the U17 and U20 for the boys too? It's kind of like around the same time as the US Open.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, it's around the same time. Ours is April 9th to the 12th. I think the boys are around like US Open, so I think
Okay.
the boys are at US Opens. So it's around the same time.
And then it's in Vegas too.
Ours is in Spokane, Washington.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
it,
So Washington's super beautiful. Like, do you get a chance? Like, are you gonna be able to go out and like see the mountains and like check out the town a little bit, or is it all
um
business?
yes, actually we drive to Washington every year. So it's like I think it became like a tradition to like see how different other states are. Like California is like I feel like once you get out of California, it's like a whole new life, and it's like more spacious, it's more green, and it's pretty nice. Washington's really nice, and it's like green. Everyone seems welcoming. It's pretty
Yeah, I
nice.
mean, it's kind of it's interesting. Like, I mean, I would say like even parts of California is like different from each other. Like the Central Valley, and you go down to like San Diego or like
Yes.
Corona, and it's like almost like being in a different state. But yeah, Washington itself is like it's like a yeah,
Oh.
it's like you said, a whole new world.
Yes.
Well, Leilani, it's been an absolute blast having you on the show. Before we stop recording, you got anything else?
I want to thank you for letting me go on your show and interviewing me, and I want to thank everyone that helped me throughout my 4 years of wrestling, and my parents and my coaches that pushed me, and for everyone that just gave me a talk or told me hi or just brought my day up. I want to thank you, and and that's pretty much what I want to say. Thank you so much.
Awesome. That was episode 109 with Leilani Lemus. Man, really, really excited for where California wrestling is right now, and just as a fan, kind of just seeing the growth of Leilani over the past few years, and her being a four-time California State champion is pretty special. If you guys haven't yet, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on all our social media accounts, and we'll see you guys next time.